All right, guys, Tony here. We're going to give it one more minute, see if we can get some more people coming in. So if you just bear with us for a minute. Robert, do you want to just sort of recap on what we covered in the last webinar, if you can remember? We covered the benefits of having products. We covered what stops people from doing it, and also what's really involved in doing product creation. That's what we covered in the first three. Today we're going to cover some six-figure shortcuts. These are real strategies that I have used in the past, and these are real strategies that can pull in six figures. Now, I'm not going to guarantee anybody will get six figures because it really depends on the product, and it really depends on following a blueprint exactly as it should be followed, okay? Especially for getting other people to email for you, okay? But there's other other product promotion things that you can do outside of affiliates, okay? And I have proven in the past that we can do six figures without affiliates. Absolutely no affiliates involved. We can still generate over $100,000 in sales from product creation. So Robert, if you can remember, if you can just go through a couple of things there. I'm working on the other screen, just tidying up some bits and pieces so that I can do this presentation nicely.
All right, Tony. Well, essentially what we covered last week was some of the basics about product creation, and we discussed exactly how much money you can make, and fast. We talked about Holly Starks Cooper. Holly Cooper never had a product before, and I brought her to Tony, and within a couple of months, she'd gone over $250,000 from her first product. And it was easy for her. All she had to do was do what she was already doing and put it all together in a place where everybody could look at it and disseminate it and study it, and it's still selling. I'm getting commissions today from that. Anyway, product creation is not that hard, and that is where the money is online. When you're creating products, you don't have to worry about affiliates. You don't. You don't have to worry about affiliate marketing. You don't have to worry about getting your link out there and on the first page of Google or on the first page of YouTube. When you're creating products, the affiliates will come to you, and you probably know a lot of them already. They probably know you, and you put a product together, and you've got a place where it can be collected. People will come. People will sell it. Everybody's looking for products to sell. And there are a lot of people out there with giant lists that are waiting for you to create a product.
There's a lot of truth in that, actually, guys. There's a lot of truth in that, actually. When you're doing products, when you've got products, when you've got a list, when you've got a buyer's list, what I was saying, what I wrote in that swipe, that email swipe that we sent out to invite you into this webinar was that, you know, the first time I did my first product, and the first email I sent was for one of Andy Fletcher's tools, and it had already been released. This is just a promotion, and I was part of his Skype group for product creation at that time. I just joined it, and I sent out an email. We made $444 in the first email I sent out, and I was really shocked, okay. And the second email I did, it was for I think it was some kind of SEO hosting. It was class C hosting it was for, and we made over $1,000 in that one because they had a promotion, and I sent it out, and I had a fresh buyers list. And when I sent it out, we made over $1,000. But what Robert was saying is the product creators will come to you, the affiliates will come to you. Okay, what happens is we're all looking for good products to promote, all of us, and not all of us want to do you know, the big launches because there's so much competition there. When we see a good product that has some meat in the funnel, what do I mean by meat in the funnel? I mean it's got a good funnel that has got money in it for affiliates to make. It's a well-designed funnel, and ideally it's got some recurring in there as well. Then we are all interested. We are all interested because you can send one email out and you could be earning hundreds of dollars every month from that single email. That's why you don't need to worry so much about affiliate marketing in the traditional way of, you know, hitting page one in Google or driving traffic from paid ads or whatever you might imagine traditional affiliate marketing to be. You have a targeted audience inside your email list, okay, and you can go and you can promote and you can make money on demand. Basically, it's as simple as that. And really, it took that email you got today from me took about, what, Robert, 3 minutes. I came back to you with that swipe that I sent you, about 3 minutes. That's how fast it is to make money online. Okay, that one wasn't monetizing really. It's okay, I sent a link to a sales page, but it wasn't designed as a promotional email as such, where hey, this is a great new product just released, go and buy it kind of thing. But it doesn't take any more than 3, 4, 5 minutes once you get used to doing these kind of emails, even if it is a promotional email, and you can see hundreds of dollars come in immediately. Okay, that is powerful. That is financial freedom. Even if it's $200 a day, it's still decent money that you can, basically you could be making $1,000 to $1,400 a week. For a lot of people, that's, decent money that they could quit a day job and you can grow. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today, about product creation insights. Now, when you do a product and other affiliates are looking for products to promote, you really need to be able to show them that you have got a good funnel behind the front end product, as well as having a great product. Now, one of the things I will always tell people when you get into product creation is you need to keep it tight as far as your products are concerned. Now, there's some people who you will be very familiar with, who I have had discussions with in the past, and I told them what they're doing wrong. I've told them what they're doing wrong. They might even have a bigger email list than me. I don't care, but I'm telling them what they do wrong. Most of the time, they're jumping from one niche to another niche. It's too quick. It's too sporadic. It's too untargeted, and so they get very, very bad results when they try to promote a product themselves, when they try to promote other people's products, because the lists are just varied over different niches and sub niches, etc. So if you're going to create products in the SEO niche, stick to it. If you want to change later, you need to do it quite nicely. You need to do it with some training webinars and stuff like I'm doing right now for the product creation stuff, because I want to do more product creation stuff as well as the SEO stuff. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing the SEO stuff, but I want to create a different market for things that I'm doing every day, because I've got a lot of insights that I want to share with people, okay, including some very, very experienced marketers, okay. So what you need to think about long term is you need to have a very, very tight niche as far as the products you're going to create. If you're going to do Facebook marketing products, stick to Facebook, or at least stick to social media type things where your target audience has already shown an interest, where you have a buyers list already, okay. So 6-figure shortcuts, here's a skinny on it, and this is just going to be very, very brief, because I don't want to give too much away, because we do have a coaching program at the end of this as well, okay. Whether you join the coaching program or not, it's entirely up to you, but you can get some good advice just from this one slide here right in front of you. This is the kind of stuff that has made me 6 figures multiple times, okay, multiple times. We will just keep hitting that as well. I was discussing with Craig. What's Craig's surname again? I've forgotten already. Can you remember? Craig Crawford. I was discussing with Craig Crawford another product just before I jumped on the GoToWebinar, and that we're probably going to release about mid-December. And we know that's already going to create 6 figures, because we know the product is strong. We know the product will be in demand, and all we need to do is put it together. That's the power of being able to get to that sort of level, and it's not that hard to get up there, okay? So first of all, I would always advise get a mentor to guide you. I'm not saying that just because I've got a coaching at the end of this. Other people have got coaching too. Find one that suits you. Find one that can be straight with you. Find one who can really help you, and find one who's been there and done it, okay? I've seen product creation courses before, how you can do this and how you can do that, and they sold about 20 copies on the Warrior Forum, for example, even with affiliates hitting it. That is not the type of person you want to be learning from. You need to be learning from someone who's been there and done it, okay? Find a mentor. Mentor can guide you. It can give you the shortcuts that you need. It can stop you from making mistakes that a lot of people do make, and I did myself, for example, okay? You need something that will give you start to finish advice, and examples, especially when it comes to the funnels. The funnels are so important. They are really, really important. And if you don't know what to add into a funnel, you can always approach someone else. You can approach someone like me who's got a bunch of software tools. Say, Tony, I've got an SEO product. I don't know what to do about the OTO. Do you have anything I can use? Of course I'm going to help you. Of course I am. It's going to give me an opportunity to get some of my tools out into more hands, to get more people aware of what I'm doing so that I can sell more of my other products, so that I can build a list as well. Okay. Everything is all about building a targeted list. Okay. Building a targeted audience, in other words. Okay. So you've got to find upsells that will fit into your initial product. Okay. Now, when you're creating a product, I'm going to give something away that should be part of the coaching. And because I'm going to record it for the coaching people, so I'm going to tell you without you seeing the actual tutorials, unless you're part of the coaching. And that is what when I want to do a new product, what I do, I get a notepad and a pen, and I go into Starbucks, and I might go in there and I might sit there for about 3-4 hours, and I don't go away. I just drink coffee when I feel like stopping. I just go for a walk and come back or something like that. And I start off with the headline, simple headline. Like this. Hold on. I'm just getting into Google Docs, get into slides, and I'll start a new slide for this. Just bear with me, guys. This is really important. If you can understand and do this, it's not just understanding it, it's actually doing it. It's kind of fun to do as well. Let me just show you an example. Okay, so I might start with, what would the ultimate, say PBM. What would the ultimate PBM product be like? And I would start like that, and I would start with a blank piece of paper, and I would start filling in the blanks. So I would put easy to do, lazy, because everybody associates PBMs to be really hard. Okay, I'll just fix this bit here, otherwise it'll annoy me too much. I'll go a bit bigger. There we go. So I would start to do something like this: easy, lazy, done for you, low cost. I would start with things like this, and then I would create another slide, or I would just go underneath in the piece of paper. Then I would do something like this: where to get PBM done for you. And then I would put buy them, rent them, like this. And I would just carry on and carry on and carry on. Now imagine you've done that for about 3 or 4 hours. Imagine you've done that for 3 or 4 hours. When I did it, for example, Video Send Alpha, it started off with, okay, what would the ultimate video SEO tool be like? First thing I thought of was video syndication. That went down first. Underneath that, I wrote down Tube Link Rule Commando, Authority Link Rule Commando, 2 tools we had already created, and one was never ever released. I had in my mind that Hydravid sold 5,000 copies, and I knew that my tool could do equally as well, because in my opinion, it's just a better product. Okay, either of those tools was just a better product in my opinion. Okay, so what I did is I basically combined everything. Then I took it from that point with the video syndication, what the syndication should do, what we should be able to do with the strategies inside the syndication, and it was just all like bullet points all down about 3 or 4 pages. Okay, and then from that point of what we can do with video syndication, it started off from there. What do we do to backlink? What is the rest of the SEO strategy? How do we make this strategy complete? By the time I had finished that, I had the front end planned, I had the OTO planned, and I had something ready to give to my coder to go and make so we could take to market. And I knew without any doubt whatsoever, that this was going to be a 6-figure product. I didn't realize it would be a 6-figure product without affiliates, but I knew it was going to do very, very well, even with just my own list and just word of mouth and stuff like that. Okay, and that's basically what I do every single time. You will see, or I see, some products being launched on JVZoo, on Warrior Forum, and various places, where I look at them and I think there's missing pieces here. Why didn't you add this, or why didn't you add that? The fact is, they're still doing 6-figure launches, okay, because of the affiliate emails going out. people with big email lists in a specific niche are promoting for them, and a lot of the people don't see what I see about what's missing from that product. Even then, it gives you an opportunity as an affiliate marketer with a buyers list to fill in the gap, like we did with the Lazy Board SEO series when we were doing those bonuses and stuff like that. I can see what's missing. And so I think, okay, let's do a training on that. Let's do a webinar on that, for example. And so you can put this kind of thing together as a bonus, and you can even, double your sales as an affiliate when you're doing that. But when you're doing these products, when you're creating these products, if you can do that, if you can be bothered to take the time, and believe me, it's worth it, because it can make a difference of tens of thousands of dollars if you do, okay? And you can get it all down on paper, and then from there you work out which part of that could be a front end, which part of that could be an OTO1, an upsell, your first upsell, which part of that could be a second upsell. If you get a minimum of 2 upsells and it's all related to the same product, then you probably will find that you've got a complete strategy from start to finish if it's an SEO tool, or a complete marketing system from start to finish if it's a marketing system tool, for example. And you have got a funnel that you can make a very, very good, you can put very, very healthy commissions in there for affiliates, and that will prick their ears and that will get them interested to look at the product closer and to email for you. Okay, this is really, really important, because if you don't have that, I've seen products being promoted, I've seen products being made, and being launched, and you look at the front end, and the OTO1 has got nothing to do with the front end. You're thinking, why did you do that? You just lost a lot of money, and you can see, like days in advance what's going to happen in this launch. He might sell, a few hundred copies of the front end, or a few thousand copies even. That OTO is not going to sell. It's going to bomb. I can tell. And some big name marketers, I've just looked at their funnels and thought, oh my God, this is going to bomb. You're wasting. Yeah, and then they'll come to me and say, well, you promote, and I don't want to promote because I know that there's no money in the funnel. Okay. You've got to have it really, really targeted towards what your front end product is. And that doesn't mean that you're giving an incomplete product on the front end. What it means is, if you're charging $37 on the front end for this amount of information or this amount of software, then it's okay to say, great, you've got this, and that's going to be able to give you this, and this, or get that, and that benefit. But we've also added an upsell with extra features, and you go through the benefits of them. You go through the features of them. What if you could do this, and you could do that, and do this, and do that on top of what you can already do, and that will cost you another $67, for example. There's nothing wrong with that. You will see people on the Warrior Forum thread saying, oh, it's an incomplete product, and you've got to buy the OTO. They forget to look and see it's a $10 price or $17 price. You have to think as a business person, okay, I'm going to give you this information for that price. And if you want more information, then it's going to cost you a little bit more because of my time put in there, because of my expertise put in there, because of the development costs of this, because of the extra support that's needed. I need to charge more. Those people don't understand business who make those kind of comments, and you might have made them yourself, but let me explain it to you. As a product creator, you have to think like a business person. Now, if I go and buy a product in the Apple Store, an iPhone, for example, and they try to upsell me some really cool earphones and some really cool extra battery charger or some really cool cover, I don't say to them, oh, you didn't give me a complete product. Nobody does. But somehow in internet marketing, that is a mentality. Okay, you need to learn to be thick-skinned with that, because you need to just know better. Okay, you can communicate it in a nice way, but facts are facts. You have to run like a business. Okay, you need to. And the better you can create that funnel, the more chance you're going to get affiliates, big affiliates, people who can drive 100 to 200 sales from one email. You want to get those people mailing for you. Okay, now we will go into, in the coaching, we will go into how you can get that done, the shortcuts for getting affiliates to promote. Okay, and we will get into that in a lot of detail. You will see me actually doing it as well. Okay, so that you can see exactly how it's done and done correctly. Now the next one, this is a shortcut as well. Launch managers, affiliate recruitment done for you basically. Okay, you will see every single launch, big launch that I do. When I do a product, I release to my own list. Okay, first of all. A few months later, once everything is nice, when everything is working very, very well, then we take it to launch. where we get all these big heavy hitting affiliates emailing their email lists, their subscribers. You will see every single time I use launch managers, you will see on this launch, in the past 4 launches, I've used Robert Phillips, Craig Crawford, and Todd Gross. Now, yeah, I lose a lot of money, but I don't care because they drive a lot of traffic. What that allows me to do, in my mind, what that allows me to do is focus on the product, focus on the funnel. They do not design my funnels. They do not have any input in my product. I know that kind of stuff upside down and proven time and time again that my decisions on those were correct. Okay, I just need them to do one job: get as much traffic to that sales page as you can possibly get. First of all, I don't like hitting up affiliates and being, inordinately nice. I don't even know if that's a word. I don't talk to these affiliates day after day. I don't like to hit them up. Therefore, 3 months later, say hi, how are you? Haven't spoken to you for a while. Oh, by the way, I've got a product. Will you email for me? That's just not my nature. I can't do that. These guys do that kind of stuff really, really well. Okay. Sure, I give a lot away with the commissions and stuff like that. They get 50% of what I am. They get half of what I am, and a 6-figure launch, that can be a lot of money. But this is what you really need to understand about product creation. The real money in product creation comes in the back end after the launch. Okay, say for example, I'll give you an example now for the launch we've got coming up this week for Video Send Alpha. Okay, what we've done a pre-launch webinar. I give away a free tool, high value. They're getting Tube Live Commando for free. Okay, just the front end version. And then we take them into a webinar where we're going to give them a demonstration and open the buy button for 60 minutes. That 60-minute buy button will probably generate thousands of dollars. Okay. When it comes to the launch on the 27th, then we have the front end and we can get people, driving traffic. We can get a lot of traffic from their efforts in getting the affiliates. All I want them to do is drive traffic. Okay. After the launch is done, when I've lost a lot of money, I've made money, but I've lost a lot of what I could have made if I did it on my own. I will have 3 things happen. Okay, I will have driven more traffic because of that decision. I will have all of that traffic retargeted. Okay, you can see the power of this. And I will have a list from the pre-launch from getting this pre-launch gift, which is a high quality gift. Plus, I will have a new buyers list, so 4 things. Okay. All of that can give me the number 2, number 3, number 4, the retargeting, the pre-launch list, the buyers list, gives me the opportunity to upsell. Gives me opportunity to upsell. What if I wanted to add an extra couple of tabs into Video Send Alpha that did something like Web 2.0 networks and RSS Extreme, for example? And I said to them, why don't you upgrade, you just bought from the launch, why don't you upgrade for an extra $100, $200, whatever I want to charge? You can see then there's no affiliates there, there's no product creator, no launch managers there at that point, and I can make all the money back that I gave away to them for the job they did. Okay, so you can see the back end becomes really, really important. Okay, this is where you can get a fast track by using launch managers, because they will drive enough traffic that you can retarget. They will help you to build your list, whether they buy or not. They will help you to buy a buyer's list, to get a buyer's list far bigger than you could ever do on your own. Far bigger than you could ever do on your own. Instead of selling a few hundred copies, you could be selling 2,000, 3,000 copies. The power is in the back end. Having those kind of shortcuts, knowing how to approach people, knowing who is the best kind of people to contact for that kind of thing, is incredibly important. And if you're looking at just the launch money, you're missing the bigger picture, because the bigger picture actually is you coming out of that with a massive list, even if they do not buy, because if you do the pre-launch properly, you are getting a massive list. There's no doubt about it, okay? And that way you have fast-tracked from having a list of just 200, 300, 400, 500 to a couple of thousand at least, if you use launch managers, okay? So this is one of the shortcuts you can do. Again, it all comes down to knowing how to do the pre-launch, what to offer, how to do that front-end product, how to design the product so that it is good value for what you're selling it for, but you still got extra things that you can add to it as well. Now, you will see other product creators don't actually do so much with the extra features. I always do it. I just find it the easiest thing to do for a funnel. You can take the initial idea, you can build it up, you can do the OTO1, which is adding more, OTO2, adding more, and then you can sort of deviate into other things as well that are kind of related as far as SEO and traffic, if that's the kind of product you're doing. Okay, so next one, having recurring in the funnel. I'll come back to having a team in a minute because that comes after you've done a couple of products, but it's really, really important. Having recurring in the funnel. Now, when you're doing those OTO upsell, if you look at things like a Video Send Alpha as an example again, if you look back at the IFTTT Backlink Commando launch, we had mass media SEO in that launch as a recurring. And we sold a lot of, I think we've done over 1,000 sales from that, Robert, haven't we? From launch. So we've added an extra, we've added an extra 1,000 or so sales from just having a recurring product in the launch. Okay. Now, when affiliates look at that and you see the recurring, and they can look at what the product is in connection with your front end product, with your OTO1, with your OTO2, whatever, then they can start to see that they can make some decent money as long as it's converting. Okay. Now, there's some conversion secrets that I won't give away here, but we will give away in the coaching. And this is really, really important stuff, because when they can see conversions of 17, 21%, something like that on the front end, you usually will get a lot of people saying, screw it, I'm going to email this one. Even if it's an extra email they're sending. They just think there's money there. I can promote it. It fits my list, and therefore I'm going to promote this. It looks like a great product. It looks like a great funnel. It's recurring in the funnel as well. I can make money next month and month after and month after from this, from sending just one email that takes 5 minutes to write. Okay, powerful stuff. Really, really, really powerful stuff. Now, when you're doing recurring in the funnel, you can put that into your OTO1 and OTO2, but I don't suggest you ever do it for your OTO1. Here's a secret we used in the IFTTT Backlink Commando launch. We sold $27 for one computer license, $37 for two computer license. Okay. The OTO1 I priced at $17, and it was stacked with features, absolutely stacked with features. Why would I do that? Any idea? Anybody got any idea why I would do that? Why would I sell the OTO1 at $17 when I was selling the front end at $27 and $37? What was the purpose? What was in my mind? What do you think? Any answers?
Come on, you guys, give us some answers. Let's hear what you got to think.
Nobody answering?
Let's hear what you got to say.
Simple. Let me tell you in very, very simple terms. The OTO1 has one job, to make people to go to the OTO2. You sell it cheap, you make it an irresistible offer, you make it just a no-brainer. You stack the value in there to get people to go to the OTO2. It has one job, to be just sell so you can get people onto your next OTO. From that point, there is always downsells. You're giving value, maybe a little bit less than features at a lower price, but you're putting them into the rest of the funnel. It has one job. Now, what you've done in the meantime is you've taken some features from some in that situation from that particular software. You've taken some features which I could easily have combined with the OTO2 and just made one upsell. What I've done is I've sold part of it for really, really cheap, and I made it really high value as well. I can't remember exactly what features we put in there, but I knew I made it good enough that a lot of people would buy it. We did something like 40, it was over 40% conversion on that, which is really very, very, very good for a launch. Okay, so that means 40% of people who bought the front end then went on to buy the OTO. Okay, that 40% then gives me a higher amount of people looking at a higher priced product in OTO2. From there, we sold 30%. Again, very, very high. And that way, we created $170,000 in that launch. And the OTO1 was the best seller in JVZoo. It's crazy, crazy thing. The reason for that is because the front end had two offers, and we sold more in numbers of the OTO1 than what we did with those two combined. So I must have been actually, I think we were over 50% then. But OTO1 was for several days that week in JVZoo the highest seller in JVZoo. Okay, because I thought about it and I thought, let's just make it do one job, this OTO1. Price it. We got an extra $17 into the funnel. We got an extra $17 that was getting shared for affiliates and stuff like that. And you have to think like that. This is a business. This isn't all about being Mr. Nice Guy, but you can be Mr. Nice Guy with the product you put out, with the training you provide, with the engagement that you provide afterwards. And you're not betraying anything inside you about being Mr. Nice Guy. You have to run it like a business, okay? And that brings me back into having a team. Okay, this is hugely, hugely important, especially for people like me. If you're anything like me, I do not like things like Facebook groups. I can't stand it. I just don't even go in Facebook. If I see, I use Twitter, for example, and I've got an account that's not even a real name in there. It's just really to catch up on sports stuff and things I'm interested in, news and stuff like that. I keep away from social media. It's a huge time suck. And you get a lot of people just hitting you up, asking you stuff that I really don't want to be answering. I really don't want to be. It's not I'm avoiding answering stuff, but I pay other people to do that for me. That's why we have project managers. That's why we have admins. That's why we've got 3 people in support. That's why we have tech support. Let them deal with that. If they can deal with that, it keeps you free to work on the business instead of inside the business. If you get caught up with this kind of stuff in the Facebook group, some people like it. They love the recognition. Good luck to them. Great for them. If that's what, people like that, go for it. For me, I don't like it. I don't like cuddling people. I don't like holding people's hands. I pay other people to do that. I'm not saying it's not right, but other people are better at doing that than me. So having a team is hugely, hugely important, especially in support. And we had some disasters with support. People who talked a good game couldn't do it. Caused me more problems when they left than, from where they took over from. I was in a completely worse situation. And eventually we found Denise. Robert, you found Denise, didn't you? Who was doing this kind of stuff before for another marketer. And she came in and she basically sorted everything out. She's not as fast as some people, but she does the job really, really well. And now we're building a team underneath her. These are really, really important things, because if you're not prepared for that kind of thing, you will be surprised the kind of support tickets you get. Some of them are, genuinely interesting because this, suggesting features or how we can improve. Some of them have got a genuine problem about installs or something they don't understand or whatever. Other people will give you things that just make you shake your head, really shake your head. You're thinking, why? Why are you even in internet marketing if you're thinking like this? And there's a lot of people like that out there. And when you start to do product creation, you'll be really, really surprised. In fact, if you go over to Warrior Forum and look at some threads in there, and you just wait for the trolls to turn up. Some people got that kind of personality. They've got the kind of personality that they want to shout from the rooftops whenever something goes wrong and say, look, I found it first, I found it first. It's like they're hunting for imperfections. Nothing is perfect. Product creation is not perfect. Any product is not perfect. It never will be, especially if it's a software. It's always going to need updating. It's always going to need, attention. It's always going to need ways that we can improve it. That's just the way it is. But there's some people there that don't understand the principles of online marketing, why we're there to make money and run things like a business. And all they want to do is point fingers and say, look, I was the first one to find out. Like it gives them some kind of credibility and recognition. Those kind of people I can't be around. That's why you will never see me around the Facebook groups and stuff like that. I just don't have the patience for that. But I've got other people I pay who do. Okay, so you have to think like that as well. It's hugely, hugely important. Okay, my engagement comes from doing things like these webinars. I give value this way. This is the way I give value. I like to teach people, train people from a perspective of having had success, that I can go to tell people, this is what we've done, this is what you can learn, and we give it out for free. Okay, that's my engagement. That's why we do so many free webinars. I understand that I don't like doing that part with the Facebook and the one-to-one kind of customer engagement and dealing with people that I don't want to be dealing with, and this is my way of doing it. So you've got to think like that as well, because the more value that you can deliver, the better. So we're doing it in 2 ways. We're doing it via Facebook groups, although I'm not doing it, I'm paying someone else to do it, okay? We do it via support, where we've got quite a strong team, and then we've got 3 people in support, plus 2 of them, and plus LOL. And one of those 3 initial ones can do tech support as well. So we got things covered, we've built a team quite well, and plus in the Facebook group, we have support people. We have John, for example, in the Alpha SEO group, and we've got a bunch of other sort of customers that are willing to help other people out as well. Okay, that always happens in any Facebook group anyway, but we've got some good people in there, even customers that are willing to help other people too. Okay, any questions so far before I go further?
No questions, Tony.
Okay. Okay, well, why in my webinars people are really quiet when it comes to question time. I've been on webinars where you can't get a word in when it comes to question time. Okay, so what you need to do when you've created your product, you need to plan your customer engagement. There's no way around that. If you do not plan customer engagement, if you do not have customer engagement, it will cost you a lot of money. Really, it will cost you a lot of money and you will be forgotten about pretty quickly. Okay, so you need to plan it. You can be clever with it. You can do it, get other people to do what you don't want to do and make up for it in another way, like I do with webinars. Okay, that's the way you can do it. That's basically what everybody needs to do. Now, I've met some people here in Pattaya, in Thailand, six-figure product creators. I've met them, been to a bar with them, had discussions with them, and found that they don't do any customer engagement. You know what my first question is? What kind of conversions do you get with your promotions? First question, what kind of conversion do you get with your promotions? Always the same answer. From people with bigger lists, massive lists, they're getting really poor conversions. When we put out a very, very good bonus, and when we really want to go after a product promotion, we usually will hit the leaderboard, and we will be neck and neck with people that have got 5 times, 10 times bigger lists than what I've got. Why? Because the engagement was there initially. Okay, that gives you multiple opportunities to tell people what's coming up. Okay, especially with webinars and Facebook groups, that kind of stuff. We put a really good bonus where I found the missing piece from their product, and I started, I'll for a webinar or something to teach that missing piece, right? And so we've been. What was the launch that we were? I think we came in second. Was it Joshua Zamora?
It was with Josh Zamora. I'm not sure which
There
one
was
it was now, though.
Yeah, there was another one just before or just after that, and again we had hit the leaderboard, and we were like
Several
just
of them.
3 or 4 sales short of people like Todd Gross. Todd Gross has got an email list, I would guess, well in excess of 50,000, maybe 75,000. We've got an email list of 9,600.
Oh, we actually beat Todd Gross on one of the promotions.
Yeah, I'm sure we did. Yeah. And so we were, people just shocked, like, wow, where did he come from? Because I don't even do the Skype groups and stuff either. I don't communicate with all these affiliates. I keep away from internet marketing. For me is when I turn up to do a product, when I go to market the product, or when we do a promotion, planning a promotion. That's it. I don't go and chat with these affiliates all day or go into the Facebook groups. It's just not me, not my personality. I don't like it. It takes off my time. It doesn't interest me. There's some people I know very, very well. They live and breathe by the peers, getting to know other affiliates, big name marketers and stuff like that. They love that kind of stuff. Fair play to them. Those are the kind of people I use to do my affiliate recruitment, because that's what they do very, very well. Nothing wrong with it. It's just my personality doesn't fit in there. So it's okay to be like that. There's other ways that you can do stuff. If you're kind of like me, I wouldn't say introvert, but I would just say you're not really into all this, how can we put it? What's the word for mingling with other people? I've forgotten already. It was in my mind a minute ago. Anyway, you get the point. So there's multiple ways that you can get around what limitations you might think you have. Okay, that's the reason why I'm telling you this kind of stuff the way that I do it. Because even if you think you've got limitations, there are ways around it. Okay, and I can help with that as well inside the coaching. Right now, customer engagement can come in many, many, many forms. You can give them things in an autoresponder series. You can give them webinars. You can give them Facebook groups or a forum and multiple things like that. Okay, it's unlimited what you can do. There's some product creators that will give them, a free tool on a Friday, usually a PLR product, but people will stay on the list just because they don't want to not get access to that particular product. There's multiple ways. You can be as creative as you want to be. I do things in a specific way. Other people do things in a specific way too. It works for them. It works for me. It doesn't mean, that's the only way to do it. You can be as creative as you will allow yourself to be, okay, when it comes to that kind of stuff. And this is where you will increase your sales for affiliate promotions for your own products as well, okay? Next thing, when you release a product, this is hugely important. You need to improve that product immediately after launch. Immediately after launch. You will have seen that multiple times from us in the past, especially the Video Send Alpha. When you did not see it was a bookmark alpha, there was things happening in the background that people don't know about, and we had to make some decisions, and we didn't get to do the updates. I lost a lot of money on that, but I knew it at the time, and I decided, no, we need to get this sorted now. So I estimate I lost probably between 20 and 30,000 in sales from the bookmark alpha launch. But that's still targeted and that's still forecast to do mid five figures, even with some of the things that we didn't get done that we should have got done for that particular launch, okay, for that release. But we can make up for it very, very soon. First thing we did, if you're interested, the first thing we did was to fix the networks in Video Send Alpha. We needed a queue system because I didn't want to limit people. This comes back to creating a great product idea. I didn't want to limit people to a specific number of campaigns every month or every week or every day. Okay, I wanted them to use it unlimited. I refused to put limitations. It's not what we started out to do. We knew that we were going to run into problems with servers and we would have to fix them because we had never done anything like this before, but we were willing to do it, okay? So what did we do then? We decided we were going to have to put this queue system. That meant rewriting almost 80% of that particular code for that, for the sharing site networks, okay? Now that was really important because we can use that in other tools as well. Plus we can give those existing customers what we intended to give them initially, okay? Second thing was the reCAPTCHA 2.0. It needed to be done. It really, really needed to be done. There's no two ways about it. We were losing so much in account creation because of these image captures, these drag and drop captures, that it was affecting not just the bookmark alpha tool that I could have gone and done an extra $20,000 or $30,000 in sales if I focused on that. But instead, by focusing on the reCAPTCHA and getting a solution to it in the end, which didn't, it wasn't easy. Neither was the queue system. It took time. But by doing that, what that's given us is ability to implement that into other tools like IFTTT Backlink Commando, like the Social Bookmark Commando, like the Bookmark Alpha when we do the upgrades on that one, on Video Send Alpha, on Web 2.0 sites. It's given us something that we had lost, but it's also given us something that a lot of other people do not have a solution for. So even if I've lost up to $30,000 in the Bookmark Alpha launch because we didn't focus on it, immediately after the launch and do the updates that we had planned, I had it all planned out and it's still there on a notepad file, and what we need to do and when and stuff like that. That money will be brought back multiple times. Absolutely no doubt about it. And what we will do with the Bookmark Alpha people is we're going to stack the value. I promised that we will make this one of the best SEO purchases they ever did. By the time we have finished with that, it will be. It will be. It might take us another month, 2 months to get there. But when we get there, they're going to look at that product and think, wow, this is really, really, really powerful SEO tool. And sometimes you come to a point where you have to make those kind of decisions. The catalyst for ours was just the networks. Really, it was the networks that was just becoming intolerable, for want of a better word. It was just becoming the amount of support tickets, the amount of people complaining, the amount of frustration trying to get this done meant that we had to bring in other people and we had to rewrite all the code again, basically 80% of that code. We had to write it again. It needed to be done. Then we can implement that in other tools as well. Sometimes you just have to make a tough decision and go with it. That's where you have the engagement becomes really important. That's why it's important to have somebody like John in the Facebook group that can explain to people what's happening and talk to people and keep everybody calm, just knowing that we're aware of what needs to be done. We're just trying to get to the stuff that needs to be done. But this has to be priority. Sometimes it's like that. Okay. So planning your customer engagement can be not just for training. It can be for problem solving. It can be for troubleshooting as well. And if you don't plan that customer engagement, if you don't have the mechanisms in place or the idea what you're going to do with it, it can cost you big time. Okay. So yeah, improve the products immediately after launch. Now, what are we going to do with the video send after launch? We've got some things already planned that as soon as we have done, gone into day 3 or day 4, they're going to start to see some small updates, little things, but useful things. And we got them planned out. Some of them are even already coded, but we're not going to put them into the software before the launch. We will do that immediately after. Why? Because people will then have a better trust. They will see that they're getting updates. They will see the updates are actually improvements and not just bug fixes. Okay. They will say, oh, that makes my job easier. That makes my life easier. That's a very cool update. That kind of thing will keep people happy. And you have to think like that. It sounds a little bit sneaky to a point, but it's really, really not. All you're doing is you're just letting people know that your intention is that you will keep improving that particular product. Really, really important that you can do things like that for those new customers, for that new audience, that they can see that they've been taken care of, basically. Okay. Autoresponders. Now, this is something I don't always do. Sometimes I will do. The reason why I don't always do autoresponders is by the time you have got all this kind of stuff written out and you've put it into one list, I've got something like 70 lists, I think, inside Aweber. I would need to go and add that to every single one of them. I've got very, very bad Aweber management as far as what I do with Aweber. It's just completely, blast something to every list, apart from the affiliate list, of course, or not. And that's basically it. A lot of people segment the list and stuff like that. I find just by having just an SEO list, I don't need to think like that anyway. I don't need to segment. If you're interested in SEO, whether you bought or you got a free tool, it's worth sharing with you a promotion or a product that's being released that I think there's high value in. Okay, that's really important when you promote something. You've got to think this is a good product and not do it just for the money. Okay, money will come. You'll get more money by doing that. Okay. The other thing about having recurring as well. See, when you've got recurring in your products, it means you don't need to email as much because you've got money coming in every single month too. Whereas a lot of these guys, when they don't have recurring products, some big names that you buy from month after month do not have recurring products. It's kind of shocking. And what you will find with them is that they're emailing every day, all the time. We will do it for a period of 2 weeks, 3 weeks sometimes, and then we will just go silent for a month or something like that. That's because there might be a bunch of good products coming out. There might be, I just want to create a noise via email, let people know I'm still around when we're coming up for a launch like we're doing now. Or it could be, we don't really see anything good to email, so we're not going to email this week. There's nothing to email. There's nothing really, really solid in there. Okay, it can be like that, but you have that choice if you have recurring inside your funnels. Okay. The other thing to do, what I always do, from one product to the next, I always think, what's next? That's why we got so many products. That's why we got too many. In many ways, we got too many. But if you start thinking of your next product immediately, two things happen. One is you train yourself to think of product ideas. It makes you a little bit more creative because you're always on the lookout. You're always looking at something and thinking, how could we make that better? Or you're looking at something, a website, for example, like happened to me with IFTDT, thinking, what I can do with this? Could we do link posts with this? Could we do silos with this? Could we do video embeds with this? Could we do like Web 2.0 networks with this? And the answer was yes, 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 yes. Just because you start asking yourself those kind of questions, okay? The second thing that happens is a result of creating the first product is because it's immediately after, it's still in your mind about that particular niche, about that sub-niche. So if I do an SEO product, I've still got it in my head to do an SEO product, okay? That's the way my mind is working at the time. That way you can keep it really, really tight, okay? A lot of product creators that I see, I think they're looking at other people's tools thinking how they can make them better. They're looking at other people's strategies, thinking how they can make them better. And it's happened a few times that people have taken some ideas and they haven't done so well with the ideas because they didn't fully understand what the strategy was behind it. Okay, and I've seen that multiple times where they know they can go and do 50 grand, 100 grand launch just by putting out a product because they've got the affiliate support, but they didn't put enough into the product, and it's given them massive headaches in support. Okay, if you start thinking about your next product as soon as you've completed the first one, then it will come to you. Honestly, it will just keep coming to you. You train your brain to be creative that way, but you always keep it tight. You always keep it within the same kind of sub niche or topic from what you did your last one. Okay. So finally, is using your list immediately to monetize. Okay. I can give you an example of that. We did a product called Local Traffic Command. It was about 3-4 years ago. Okay. We didn't sell huge amounts. I think in the end we did over 1,000, but at that particular time with the launch, we had only done about 560, 600, something like that. But I hadn't made a lot of money on it. We were selling it at $17, and what I did is I started promoting immediately afterwards. And this is the first time I'd actually done this and deliberately and sort of looked at, the strategy of just emailing your list immediately when it's fresh, when it's hot, when you're on people's minds. It makes a massive, massive, massive difference. But it's what you email that is really important. And we dig into that in the coaching as well. But emailing a hot list, it really is a hot list at that time. If we do the launch on Thursday for Video Ascend Alpha and I send out a promotional email on the Saturday, for example, then I know that I'm going to get a lot of attention in that particular email. But there's ways to get them to open the emails as well and make it not look like a promotion as such, but there is a promotion in there that can drive thousands and thousands of dollars time and time again. Okay, all that kind of stuff we'll cover in the coaching course. But what's really important, if you ever do the product, when you've got that buyers list, email them very, very soon after. Monetize it. That is where your real money is, because when you do the product, you're giving at least 50% away to other people. Depends if you're using launch managers or not. But you've got affiliates as well who take 50% of sale price. So if you've got a product $100 and the affiliate gets 50, then you've got $50. Okay, if you've got a launch manager, he's taking 25, then you've got $25, less anything else that costs. Things like servers if you're using them, things like sales page if you pay for someone to design or something like that, less competition prizes, etc. All that comes off from you and your launch managers. But if you email your list immediately, even if it's not your own product and it's just a promotion, this is where you start pulling your money back. Really, really important. You've got to do that. Otherwise, you will regret it a little bit later once you really, really understand what the product creation strategies really are. Okay. So anybody got any questions right now? Nothing?
No questions.
Okay. Quiet today. Okay. So what we covered in these 2 webinars so far, the benefits of having your own products. We covered what stops people from doing the products, what is really involved, the 6-figure shortcuts I've just gone through. Some gold in there. Until you actually start doing them, you won't appreciate them, I would imagine, until you actually start doing this stuff. This is stuff I wish I knew when I started. This is stuff I wish I knew even after my 4th or 5th product that I know now that I would never do without, okay, whenever possible. This is stuff that really makes a difference from taking you from making, just a few $1,000s into 6 figures. This is massive. What is in here is absolutely massive once you start to do it. In the coaching, you will see that big time because you will see me actually doing this. Okay, so in the coaching, what you can do, what we're offering, you can get to work with me. I'll be looking at the products you're creating. I'll be helping you to create the products. I'm not creating the products for you. I'm advising, okay? And I will help you to do things like product planning and creation, creating funnels that sell, okay? Funnels that sell is really important, and with recurring sales in the funnel. That makes it easier to get affiliates emailing for you. That makes it easier to get other people doing SEO for your product. You don't need to do the SEO on your product. Other people, affiliates, will do it. Okay, there's two kinds of affiliates. Those with bio lists or those with email lists, and those that do it via paid ads, or they'll do video marketing, or they'll do SEO and that kind of stuff. So there's two different kinds of affiliates there. The one that's most lucrative for everybody is the people who've got buyers lists. Okay, absolutely no doubt about it. If Todd Gross sends an email for one of my products, and he would make minimum 100 sales, I would say, okay. Now, if somebody does SEO and gets to page 1, do you think he's going to make 100 sales in 24 hours? Not a chance. Not a chance. This is why product creation is better than affiliate marketing. Product creation gives you the ability to do affiliate marketing effortlessly with a 5-minute email to a buyer's list, okay? You've got to see the difference there. It's hugely important, okay? We'll cover marketing your product in stages. This is really, really, really important, because there's different stages from the pre-launch and even before the pre-launch, all the way through into what you do after you have released the product, okay? When you're still marketing your product and it becomes something that you need to put in place that just carries on regardless of your efforts, okay? From that point forward, I mean, your efforts are done at, before you stop marketing. You put things in place that just keeps marketing the product on autopilot. Affiliate recruitment shortcuts. How do you approach affiliates? Where you can get them, how you can get them, multiple strategies there. There's not just one way to do it. There's multiple ways to do it. Even for people like me who don't like to do affiliate recruitment myself, and even if I don't use a launch manager, there's multiple ways to do it. I've even got a tool to help with that one as well. Okay. Other promotion strategies that are outside of affiliates, other ways that you can drive traffic to your sales pages, we'll cover that. We'll be doing group calls, webinars, that kind of thing, covering how to do sales pages and copy. The easy way, the way I do it, is very, 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 very simple. And it upsets some people sometimes when they see the results I get with sales pages that they consider to be not proper sales pages. But you can't argue with facts. We do 124,000 with the sales page that took me 30 minutes. That upsets some people who make their living by selling high-end courses about sales page design and copy. It really pisses them off. Quite rightly, it pisses them off, but facts are facts. Okay, and there's ways that we can do stuff that without hype, without bullshit, without giving false promises, and you can do it very, very, very well. Okay, this is where I got stuck actually. This is probably up until my 5th or 6th product. This actually held me back. This used to drive me crazy. Honestly, it used to drive me crazy. It held me back from doing products that I was going to create. I listened to people too much who thought they knew what they were talking about. And if I had showed them the sales page that I have created now that did 124,000 for Video Send Alpha, they would have tore it apart. They would have ripped it to pieces and said, don't be silly, don't do that. They would have cost me money, and they did cost me money, some of these people, big name people as well. So this is hugely important to know how to do it nicely, to know how to do it effectively, to do it quickly, and without getting yourself in a muddle like I did at one point, okay? We will cover setting up in JVZoo and Zaxa. If we get time, we will go into ClickBank as well, okay? Promotion from me, that depends on the product, okay? But I will help you to find affiliates, okay? Optional one-on-one sessions, that would be an upgrade, and I'm not even going to go into that right now too much. I want to see how things work out with the first group of people I do it with. If somebody needs additional training and we haven't got that many people in the group, if some people need one-on-one, we haven't got that many people in the group, that will not be an upgrade, okay? But if we've got too many people in the group, then it has to be because it's time limitations. Okay, we'll just have to play that by ear. You can check out blog posts for more insight. I've done the last 3 blog posts on anthonyhayes.me. It's all about product creation. Okay, you can see examples, case studies of 6-figure product launches with and without affiliates. One with affiliates, one without affiliates, and there's another one there I can't recall exactly what I did. And you can watch me as well from start to finish create a product from the idea stage, from this stage here. where I will actually do this in front of you, and I will build a product within 24 hours probably. It will probably be a course or might have a WordPress plugin or something like that, but we will build something very, very quickly, okay? And you will see me how I take an idea, how I incorporate that idea, nurture it, how I expand it into OTO versions, and how I drive traffic to the sales page, and how I make thousands of dollars from day one of promoting, okay? That's something you will get to see. This is very, very unique because I do things completely different from a lot of other people, okay? So all of that is going to be available, okay? So everything's going to be recorded. We will have a forum. If anybody's already bought New Wedding, Andy McVeigh is working with us on this one. He's going to be helping me with this one. He had some kind of a situation where he was in hospital. He's coming back to work today. So the first job for him is to put up the forum for this one. Okay. You will get to learn software creation insights, the type of software is best to do, the type to avoid, why, how much it should cost, where to find coders, all that kind of stuff. The good thing is you will be accountable to me and other members as well, other colleagues, other people who are doing this. If you're going to say, oh, excuse after excuse after excuse, and you don't get things done, you're not going to feel good because other people will be getting stuff done and you're going to get left behind. Nobody likes to be left behind. So you have that accountability to get stuff done, which can move you from doing just whatever you're doing right now into the potential of six-figure products time and time again, okay? You will get support. Of course you will get support. I will be around, okay? Guidance from me as well. You can get tech help with the funnels if needed, okay? I can get Andy to help, Elro to help if you need help to set up JVZoo or Zax or something like that, okay? Even Warrior Plus we can do with this one. Advanced monetization strategies and help implementing them. We're not doing it for you, we'll advise. If you need some help with the tech, like how do you set up JVZoo, that's not hard, it's easy. When it comes to some other things that might take a little bit of time, then we might give you options where you can get somebody to help you that might cost you a little bit of money, or if it's quick, we will do it for you, okay? So the cost is $297, but it's available for split pay over 2 months. For those that don't want to pay that kind of money but want to know how to create a product, I've done a light version, okay? The light version is just me showing you how to create a product. You will get to access the first 2 webinars. First one starts tomorrow, okay? And you get to see the first 2 webinars. That's all about the product creation stage, from taking the idea all the way through to finishing the product with the funnel, everything in place, okay? Just the product creation. That's only at $97, okay? So if you want to just, at that point as well, if you go through that and you think, I want to know more, how do you market it, how do you promote it, how do you get affiliates, how do you do all that kind of stuff, then you can upgrade at any time at no extra cost for what was the original price, okay? So you might want to pay another $200 later and say to me, can I pay 100 this month, 100 next? Okay, fine, okay. I want to get as many people doing this as possible. This is where very, very big money can be made. And also, this is where you can get some real freedom, okay? What do I mean by real freedom? What does it mean to you? I'll tell you what it means for me. I can travel anywhere I want. I can work from anywhere in the world. Right now, I live in a luxury villa here in Pattaya in Thailand. I've got a full-size swimming pool. I love dogs. I always have loved dogs. I've got 4 now, 4 Labradors. They make me laugh every day. I play with them every day. And we have a great time together, okay? We go every day on a 17-kilometer bicycle run so I can keep in shape. More importantly, though, we found there's a whole bunch of kind of stray dogs around the beach. We take big bag on the back on a rucksack. We have a rucksack each. We've got a basket on one of the bicycles. We take dog food and we feed these dogs on the way back. So those dogs we know get food every day. That's what it means for me. That's what product creation means for me. It means I can help others too. You see, it's very, very important that you don't just. It's not just about having freedom for where you're going to live or what you're going to do. It's being able to help other people too. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel better. It makes you help you sleep at night better. At least it does for me anyway. Okay. So all these kind of things can be a reality if you want to get into this and do it properly. Okay. Now, what's going to happen as well is the product I was talking about with Craig just before I came into the GoToWebinar today is that myself, Craig, and Robert Phillips will be doing a product creation course. You will get access to that as well. I will grandfather you into that particular product as well. when we do it. And that should be good stuff as well, because you will get to see the insights from people who do the stuff that I don't want to do. That's the affiliate recruitment, hitting up affiliates on Skype, on Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. And all of that kind of thing will be involved as well. So you will get fast tracked into that as well. You'll get grandfathered into that at no extra cost. Okay, that one I think we will have. I think we might launch out around about mid-December. I think the idea there is we help people just before the new year, give them a fresh challenge with the guidance needed. So you'll get access to that as well. Okay. So why me? Well, basically, I've got very, very unique strategies. I talk to other experienced marketers and they learn from me. Okay. Maybe because of my personality, I don't do the things that they do. I've got creative in what I do. So I have very, very unique strategies. We've done multiple six-figure products. I've made huge amounts of mistakes and learned from them. Recovery strategies from releasing a product, it's not converting, to turning it around and making it convert. This is really hugely important. It's a little bit advanced, this one, but it works, and it works every time. If you ever get stuck like that, I'm able to help as well. What to avoid and what never not to do. Two different things. Things that you must avoid and things that you should never not do. Things you should never forget to do, okay? Not depending on affiliates. I'll show you how to do that, why you should do that, how it can make you far, far more money if you can do this, and the strategies used to avoid affiliates before you start to need them, okay? And there's no ego here, guys. I don't really care about recognition and stuff like that. I don't go shouting from rooftops, oh, I did this, I did that. I will talk about six-figure products because I'm selling a product creation course. Otherwise, you don't really hear, much more than a whimper from me. I'm usually doing my SEO training, new strategies with the SEO Sundays week after week whenever we're doing that. That's really what you'll find from me. So there's no ego here. There's no sort of competition kind of mindset that I'm going to be knocking people backwards and stuff like that. I'm here to help, okay? And when you've got someone that's got no ego and really wants to help and really wants to get you to where you need to go, you will find that that rubs off on you as well, okay? And when that kind of thing rubs off on you, it takes away a lot of negatives. It takes away a lot of sort of emotional restraints. It takes away a lot of psychological restraints as well, because you just focus on getting the job done. It's not about other people. It's about what you've decided inside you, okay? It's about your inside motivation. It's not about outside influence. Or he will think this and she will think that, or wouldn't it be cool if he thought this or he or she thought that. It's nothing like that. We have a job to do. We create products. We create great products. We create funnels. We create funnels that sell. We get people to promote. We sell the product. We make money. That's what it's all about. And then we monetize the back end. You have freedom at that point. Once you've got that buyers list, you have freedom at that point. It's not that hard to go from where you are now to getting there. It's really just a few weeks, okay? Can be even quicker, much quicker, depending on you, okay? You will learn that the product matters. Number one, the product matters. I've been in training from some very, very famous people, very well-known people in our niche that really focus on the affiliate. They focus on the affiliate marketing. That to them is the most important thing. Let me tell you, that's bullshit. And one of them actually did a launch last year. He did over 350,000. And I spoke to him afterwards, and he said, you know what is really surprising? I learned that the product matters. Now, if I told you his name, you'd be hugely surprised. I had a few run-ins with this guy at the beginning. Not major arguments, but just disagreements when we talked about this particular subject. And I said to him, I told you so. You got to understand that. And that comes down to the sales page copy as well. That is included in that as well, because the product matters. If you can tell people what your product does rather than the bullshit and the hype and everything else, people will trust you better for it. I've seen six-figure sales copy that looks nothing the way other people imagine it to be, which usually means expensive kind of stuff that they want it to be. It doesn't have to be like that, okay? So you can learn all this kind of stuff, and you will learn marketing and not just the product creation, okay? And plus, we have a lot of connections. We have Skype JV groups that I started up, the whole bunch of people in there, big names in there, and you can get connected to those people as well. once you get your first product done. So if you were interested in that, you can go to the sales page. If not, then fine, it's all right. I hope you got some good value from this. And just visit the site here so I can get the sales page. And if it's something that you want to do later, then you know where to get some really good solid information. Okay, and just put that in here in the chat box. Now, if you've already joined, the first webinar is tomorrow, and we're going to be going through product creation stuff from the idea stage. You will see me do it live on the webinar tomorrow, nothing held back, and you will see how it's done. Okay, how we take just the base of an idea, and I still don't know what that idea is going to be right now, but I know that tomorrow morning I'm going to create an idea for a 6-figure product. Okay, guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed. Okay, any questions? Yeah, and
yes, we've got a few questions. Just a minute, I need to shut off this video that just started. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you need to shut me up. I can hear my voice in the background. You don't know the ins and the outs, the things to do at the right times, then you can...
There, it's gone. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
All right, questions. Shane Messigan says, thank you. It works on his mobile phone. Should we be counted in for software creation? I'm assume that would be important to estimate the total cost for this course, besides having the time to pull this through.
Software creation can be not expensive. Not as expensive as you think. It depends on how you want to do it, okay? And we will cover that. We will cover a lot about software creation. That's what I do a lot of anyway. And I will tell you the mistakes to avoid. Really important. Very, very, very important, because I've done some disasters with software before. Not intentionally. It's just dealing with the software developers, okay? You need to know the pitfalls. You need to know what to avoid. It's a tricky, tricky business, but I will be able to put you on the right track from the word go, that you're less likely to make any mistakes, and it doesn't cost huge amounts of money. Okay. Yeah, it's important that you understand software, because when we look at JVisa, I think we did this the other day, but let's do it again anyway. Let's go into JVisa. Let's go into, let's see.
In listen only mode.
So we're going to the affiliate section here. We're going to look at some of the top selling products in JVisa. And you're going to see something. Let's go sellers, affiliates, find products. Okay. When we come in here, look at this. We covered this slightly in the last webinar we did. Look at this. Peter Rozak, he was in my JV group. I have a JV group just for video marketers. He joined about a week before the Video Maker FX launch. He told us, the group, that he would have been happy with 500 plus sales. Okay, he did in the end 96,500, which if you times by 31.38 for average sale price is over $3 million. Okay. Come down, Paul Lynch, he's a Sketch Pro. Come down, you've got Andrew Darius, Explaindio. Come down, Video Motion Pro. Come down a little bit more, Social Interest Freak, Covert Still Builder. What have they all got in common? Zappable. They're all software. All of them, software. They're designed to do stuff to make people's life easier. Okay, software is hugely important, massively important. I will do courses as well, but usually I will think of a software that we can create, that we can even give away at least as a bonus. Yeah, software sells. It makes a hell of a difference. But if you know how to do it, where to get it done cheaply, the type of software that if your original coder becomes unreliable, as long as you've got the code, you can get someone else very, very quickly, very, very easily, and quite cheaply as well. Okay, so we will cover all that kind of stuff.
Okay, Shane Messigan says, is the link to the first webinar working now? I posted in the Alpha Facebook group that he cannot reach the first webinar replay.
Okay, the webinar replay. If you go over to AnthonyHayes.me, here we are. It says here 6-figure product creation secrets. Okay, that's where the webinar replays will be. So let me just put this in here. Oh, wrong one. Skype. Just put this in here. That's where you will find webinar 1 replay in there.
Okay, Mark Peters is asking, do you go into depth about finding products and where to find pain points?
It's always better to do products that you have experience in a particular topic. Okay, for me it's SEO and now becoming product creation as well. For you it could be anything like video marketing or any, it doesn't even have to be an internet marketing product, it can be anything at all. But if it's something that you know very, very well, that you have your own ways of doing stuff, and everybody does have their own way of doing anything. Even if I gave you a step-by-step blueprint, you will deviate from that, absolutely 100% guaranteed. That you will go and deviate from that and do something in your own style, your own personality, whatever. It's better if you are doing stuff that you're familiar with, because then you will know what the pain points are. You will know what the pain points are. This is how we can go and create strategies from those pain points. We know that we need a solution to a particular problem, okay? So take, for example, let's take, for example, video syndication. How many tools out there does video syndication? How many? There used to be, several that you could even get for free that was online. I forget the names of them, but they're not there anymore. They're charging, and they don't do sort of multiple uploads of into multiple accounts in the same size. So you can see the pain points are quite obvious with those kind of things. Even Traffic Guys, yeah, you can do different. Traffic Guys is a $2,000 software. You can put in multiple accounts for the same size, but is there a product creator? Is there an account creator? No, there's not. Okay, you can see what is missing from when you're actually doing stuff yourself and thinking, this is a pain in the ass. I wish we had a tool that did this or something that did that. That is the point where you think, okay, let's go and make it. Let's just go and do it. There's a market for it, because if you find that it's a pain in the ass, then so will multiple other people. And then you can start to build up from there. Then you can put in the vanilla, the vanilla being the additional, excuse me, the additional strategies that you know will work. For example, we put in the long tail SYN and long tail SYN strategy into Video Synd Alpha. So there's always 100% buyer keyword phrases, no matter how many videos you want to upload, how many video accounts you want to upload. And you think, okay, well, then the same video is going to be in every single place. It's going to look like the same video. It's going to be duplicate content issues and stuff like that. Okay, let's change the size of the video in between every upload. That's how it works. That's how it develops, okay? But it always starts from what you know, or from when you started to do something yourself and you think, man, this is taking so long, or this could be made easier. I wish somebody would. Don't wish somebody would do it. Go do it yourself. Take it to market. Bring it to me. I'll have a look at it, see if we can do something with it. Do something. Just get stuff done. It doesn't have to be that expensive. Come on. You there, Robert? I think we might have lost Robert. Haven't lost the webinar. Let me just check. We're still recording. Okay, let's see if I can find any questions in here since Robert is not around. Let's see. Right, so software creation, John, we've already covered that one. Let's see. Finding products is linked to the webinar. What should do a product? Yeah, this is big, Matthew. If you watch me doing a product, because I've done it multiple times, I've done it many times. You're going to learn a lot just by watching. What I found before, there's a guy called Brad Goss. He was teaching somebody else. He was helping him. The guy had just come out of prison, and he had done an audio recording, I think it was, because I used to listen to it when I was walking my dog in London, and I would just listen to this, and he was just telling this guy step by step, get this done, get that done, take it to WSO, get the sales page up. How much sales did you make? Okay, how many buyers have you got? Okay, what are you going to promote to them? Things like that. And it just actually just moved me into action as well. When you see people doing stuff, then you realize it's not that hard. There's a lot of myth about product creation. All it is just getting stuff done. It doesn't have to be hard. And the cool thing is once you start to do it, more than a couple of times, it becomes really, really, really simple and easy. Okay. Kind of budget range, well, it can be from nothing all the way up to several $1,000s to get software created, but you need to start where it's not going to cost you too much, so that you can have that learning curve of getting the first product done. Although people working with me will have a massive advantage because I'll be helping. But you don't want to start off too expensive. You just need to learn the process in the first couple of products. Then you can start to think bigger. Once you start to see that you can monetize an email list immediately, when you start to see that you can send an email and you're making hundreds of dollars a day if you want to, then you start to think about internet marketing completely differently. You will start to think about affiliate marketing completely differently. You will start to think about, if you've got a job, is it time to quit the job? Do I want to take this bullshit anymore from this guy or this manager, whoever you're working for? It will just get to that point pretty quickly. Once you start to see the power of having a buyers list, then you want to create more products. You want a bigger buyers list. When I look at promotions we do now, often we got very, very good conversion percentage. We have done promotions where the conversions were around about 25%. I've got one question in my own mind at that point. Where do I get more traffic from? If I'm converting at 25%, where do I get more traffic from? And the answer is you need a bigger buyers list. That drives you forward to creating more products, some free, some paid. You just want to get more people in. That is the way that you get more traffic that converts, because the traffic that converts come from your own buyers list or the people that you engage with. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's see what else is here. Okay, Shane, I hope you got all sorted with those links and stuff. Fear is the only thing holding me back. Well, we covered this in the first, I think it was in the first one. Let me just put this back. What stops people from doing products? The thing is hard to do. It really isn't hard to do. It doesn't have to be hard to do. Okay, you just need to understand a few principles of what's involved in the product that you're trying to create, and then you can make it happen. It's really, really not that hard to do. Not knowing the process is a biggie. That is a massive one for a lot of people. How do we set up in JWeezer? How do we set up in Zaxo? How do we connect to sales page? How do we get the thank you page and all that kind of stuff? All that technical stuff can drive you mad if you don't know how to do it. You can go and watch a bunch of courses. Better you watch somebody over the shoulder and see them doing it in less than an hour from start to finish. Really that simple, okay? People are not sure they have a great product idea. Stick to a solid product. My first product was called WordPress SEO Blueprint. It was just a solid WordPress SEO course. What I did with it was I did videos starting a WordPress site, having the site optimized, which is different from having your posts and pages optimized. I'm talking about your site optimization. I'm talking about things that you need to build into your WordPress site so that you will always have that optimized, so that when you're doing your on-page optimization and stuff like that, then you've got the other stuff there as well. Okay, so what I did was a bunch of videos. Okay, we did things about WordPress security, about what SEO plugins to use, about syndication plugins you can add in there, all that kind of stuff, right up to the point of where you would normally start creating your first poster page. At that point, I cloned the site with WP Twin. Okay, so I sold that product with the clone of from the site that I created. Everything was already set up. Everything. There was plugins in there for sitemaps and how to do Google Analytics integration, how to do Webmaster, so all that kind of stuff was all there. Okay, it was just a solid product. Did it help people? Yeah, of course it did. There's a lot of people didn't understand how to optimize the site. A lot of people wanted to be able to do it faster the next time, so we could do it with the phone. And there was, nice training all the way through. It was really short videos, easy to understand, bunch of videos. I think we did about 30. I did about 30 videos, and the weird thing is, I actually did them twice. I did them twice because I didn't like the first lot. I threw them away, and I did the second lot in one day. And that was the day we were going live. I redid the whole course in one day, and it turned out very, very well. So it just needs to be a solid product. It doesn't have to be anything that is, very, very unique at first. You just need to make something that is really useful for people, okay? It will come to you, more creativity will come to you through time once you've done your first one. So just focus on making a solid, really useful product that is, it's got to be able to help people. It's got to be able to guide people who might not know some things that you're teaching. And if you can put some automation in it for them, then you're onto a winner. Then it's just a matter of building up the funnel. What else we could add? So for example, the WordPress product, well, the obvious thing for me is, okay, now I've got a WordPress site. I've chosen, now I need to choose a niche, and I need to backlink, I need to get it ranking. So I did this, an OTO, which was called Fiverr SEO Blueprint, okay? And they actually worked really, really well because I was just doing backlinking using Fiverr gigs. But we did things about video marketing, we did things about forum marketing, we did things about this, about that, but all kinds of stuff was covered. And it was really, really insightful for people who might not have understood a lot about the sort of backlinking or the external linking, the external promotions to WordPress sites. So, from there, you just take it from your initial idea. What would you do next in real life if this was a real site, a real case study you were working on, and take it from there. Okay. A lot of people worry that they will fail. People fail in life all the time. Fail fast. Just fail fast. It's an old saying, just fail fast and keep moving forward. There always will be failures, even if you're very, very successful at anything you do, you're still going to fail. Look at some football managers like Jose Mourinho, who, one day he's winning European Champions League, the next day he's getting beat by really small teams in the English Premier League. Failure happens. You need to understand why failure happens. You need to understand what you didn't do to make that happen. And you need to understand as well what you do from that point. There's always a recovery strategy in product creation. In my opinion, there's always a recovery strategy. If you're working with me and you've got a product I don't like for whatever reason, I don't like the funnel, I don't think it's a good idea, I think it could be stronger, you will know about it, okay? You will know about it immediately. I'm going to say to you, no way, boy. No, 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 no. You need to do this, you need to do that. It's not strong enough, it's weak because of this, or add this, add that, or whatever. You will learn. Because I need you to be successful if you come into the group. I'm using this first group as a case study, okay? So that I can go into sort of higher level, not higher level, just sort of higher ticket coaching, where charging like 997 later on. So what we were teaching here is going to be geared towards that, so that we can get some case studies, so that I can go into that high ticket pricing. Okay, worrying that you're going to fail. If you fail, you fail. It doesn't mean that you failed forever. It means that we learn from what went wrong. We correct it, we do a recovery strategy, and we go straight into the next product immediately and get it right. Okay, simple as that. Just get back on the saddle immediately and get it right. People fail, happens. We all fail at times. It's just part of life. Just get on with it, learn the lessons. People think it's expensive. Really not. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. You could get a really good WordPress plugin done for $300, for example. That could easily turn into a six-figure product if you got the traffic to the sales page. Okay. The other thing is not knowing how to market a product. This is huge because people, when they first get into product creation, they think, I've done a product, I'll put it on Warrior Forum or JVZoo, traffic comes. Doesn't. Really doesn't. You need to do other things as well. You need to know what to do. I remember Andy Fletcher, I contacted him and I said to him, I want to get into your product creation group, and it says closed, let me in. And I told him I'd done this course and we sold X amount of copies and it was converting at, I don't know, 15%, 17%, something like that. And his reply was, it was something like, I see that you understand SEO very good, but you don't understand marketing. Okay. He was right. I didn't think so at the time. I thought, you cheeky bugger. But he was right. I didn't understand marketing. I thought we just put it onto the Warrior Forum and all that traffic comes, hundreds of thousands of members in the Warrior Forum. And basically all I needed was traffic to be able to get more sales. Simple as that. You need to understand things like that, but that will be taught very, very, very early because these are just, fundamental stuff that you need to understand. Laziness and procrastination, people put things off. I've seen people who have bought into product creation courses. Oh yeah, I've had replies from people, even I tried to do this free sometimes in the past, about a couple of years ago, I tried to do something free. And you always get people with excuses. Oh yeah, I didn't get time. I'm going to do that next week. Definitely by next week I'm going to do this. There is no next week, guys. You get it done today, tomorrow maximum, or I can't take you seriously. You need to put the work in. If you want to get into six-figure product creation, there is no procrastination. There is no next week. You just get on and do the bloody job. You need to do the job. Okay? I'm not going to let people do that. I'm not going to cuddle people. I'm going to say, look, do you want to do this or not? If you don't want to do this, don't waste my time. Don't piss other people off who are getting stuff done. There is no next week. There is today and there's tomorrow maximum. You get something done. One thing a day at least. And if you can't do that, then there's other places in life, other areas of life that I would guess that you'll probably be not doing as well as you possibly could because you're holding things back. You just got to take away the fear of hard work. Take away the fear of getting stuff done. Just do it. It's actually good fun when you start to do stuff. It's good fun. Even if I'm setting up a sales funnel, the sales funnel that I created, I'm working on one right now for a completely different thing, not one I'm going to do with the new product stuff I'm doing tomorrow, but I did yesterday about 1 hour just playing around. Okay, this is what we're going to put in the product, that's what we're going to put in, here's a funnel. I actually have a great time doing that. It's fun to do. And just getting one thing a day done gets you closer to it. But sometimes once you start to do it, you think, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and you just get it done. There is no tomorrow. Just get it done. There's no next week. Today, tomorrow maximum. And if you can't do that, then you need to really go and have a good word with yourself because you're going to be holding yourself back in other areas as well. Okay. The last one is your why is not strong enough. What do I mean by why? Your reasons for doing this. Okay. What is it? Some people will say, I want to have financial freedom. I want to have freedom away from this particular job or that particular career or whatever. It needs to be a why that is strong enough that it motivates you internally to get stuff done. Because really, the stuff that we can teach in here, if you can get the stuff done and you can follow some simple, basic principles, then we can move you forward into sort of closer to what your why might be. For me, the why is I can't work for other people. I know that for a long, long time. I can't work for other people. I'm psychologically unemployable now. Okay. I like to live near the sea. I like to live in a warm country. I like to be surrounded by my dogs. I like to be able to go out and have a good time whenever I want. And, I've got, complete freedom to do whatever I want. Okay. Financially, that can happen with product creation. But also, when you have built a team around you, then it can work because you're paying other people to do the job that needs to get done. Okay. You need to understand all of that kind of stuff. And you need to see it as a business. And it's not just about creating one product, it's about building a business. So you can get to that point where you do have that kind of freedom. All of that kind of stuff we will be teaching, okay? So that's basically, I think, everything covered. Is there any more questions there, Robert? I closed the questions box.
Just a couple of questions. Mark Peters was having trouble accessing the page. Says there must be some kind of error. Shane Matzigan said the same thing. I just accessed it, so it's working for me.
Which page? The sales page?
Right.
Let me see.
It's working for me. I don't know why it's not working for those guys.
IP might be blocked or something like that. Sometimes Liquid Web does that. It blocks an IP address. Okay.
Mark Peters is asking what time the first webinar will be tomorrow.
I think we've got it at 7:30. Let me just check. Tomorrow, six-figure coaching. We got 23rd of November at 9 p.m. I can bring that down to 8 p.m. if people want earlier or not. 9 p.m. New York time, Eastern time. That was really done just to make sure to give me an extra hour or so just to make sure I've got everything there. What you will see is you got a one-time fee, you got split payments. If you think that $297 is expensive, it really isn't, because you can make that money back in one email after you get a buyer's list. One email, 5 minutes writing can get you that money back time and time and time again. This is really cheap. Split payments, if you're a little bit stuck.
These courses are a minimum $1,000.
Yeah, I saw Kim Roach sales page I was looking at last week. $997 or $97 a month, ongoing, every month. Okay, what we're doing is a 12-week intensive. 12-week intensive. By the end of that 12 weeks, you will have a product. You will have taken it to market. You will have your backside kicked a few times, no doubt, because I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to make sure that you do what needs to be done. And if that is something that you want to achieve, then you won't mind me giving you a kick in the backside now and again, because I will push you to get stuff done. Some people need that, you know. Other people, they just go on with it.
Anybody takes advantage of this, this is almost automatic. Anybody does this, it's almost automatic. If they follow the rules and they do what's been asked of them, they're going to make some money. All you got to do is make a product, and Tony's going to help you. You're going to make thousands of dollars.
Anyway, if you still cannot access the sales page, if you can just send a ticket into support@anthonyhayes.me. What I will do is I will clone this page. I will put it on a different website that's on a different server. It might well be that your IP address is blocked for some reason by Liquid Web. Okay, even if you give us your IP address, then Denise can get that checked if you send an email to support@anthonyhayes.me. Now this starts tomorrow. First webinar tomorrow. Okay, starts from the idea stage. I don't know even right now what that idea is going to be for a product, but I guarantee that will be a six-figure product by the time I have done it and taken it to launch. But you won't see probably the launch part. You will see me releasing to my own list first, because launches need to be planned well in advance. I'm talking about 6 weeks minimum in advance for a proper full-out launch, because you need time to do affiliate recruitment. But we will record all that all the way up as well, even after the 12-week course, so you will still have access to all that kind of stuff, right? But you will see me create a product, watch me get it done, implement it, the sales pages, setting it up, creating the funnel, creating a funnel that's going to sell, putting recurring revenue into the funnel, getting my first sales in from day one. We will be making thousands of dollars from day one, guaranteed. Okay, and you will be able to see this all from start to finish, and you will get to see how I think when I'm doing this kind of stuff. If you want just that part of the product creation, you don't want to know about the marketing and stuff like that. If you just want to know about how to create a product, I've done a light version here. And if you want the light version, you can upgrade it anytime. But we're doing the first webinar tomorrow, and I've got it at 9 p.m. New York time. It will be recorded. I will get Andy to set up a member area today with a forum as well. And we can keep things nice and structured. We're keeping away from Facebook. I'm keeping away from all those people that hold me back from getting stuff done. We will have a forum. When you post a question in the forum, you will get answers without me getting interrupted in between. Okay. So I think we can probably finish up there, unless there's any other questions anymore.
No more questions, Tony.
All right, guys. Thank you for attending. If you're not going to come in, it's fine, no problem. I hope you got a lot of value from this. Bear it in mind for future, because I will be taking this and I will be going in this direction as well as the SEO stuff. We will continue to do the SEO stuff, but I'm going to take a lot of people in this direction. We're going to make a lot of six-figure marketers from this. So I hope you learn something, and it's going to be there in the future if you don't want to do it right now. Thanks, Robert. Cheers.
You're welcome. Good night.